guys, in this video I want to show you my full coverage foundation routine using mostly drugstore products. First I'm gonna prime my lips with a lip balm from Bali Balm. It's in the flavor sweet orange and coconut. It makes my lips feel really smooth, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lips. It's especially important in cold weather, but also beneficial in warm weather, just to keep your lips nice and soft. The next step is to apply a rejuvenating serum with hyaluronic acid all over my face, which helps to moisturize my skin and makes my skin feel really soft and prepares it for the makeup foundation. Then I'll prime my face all over with Trueblend Base Business skin primer. It's a pore minimizing primer from Covergirl, and this is, when you squirt it out, it's purple. They also have a tone correcting primer. I think that one is blue, but this one is specifically made for large pores. So I'm going to focus on my pore area because I have pretty big pores. So primers are very important if you have big pores, or if you have other underlying issues, or you just simply want to let your foundation to last longer. The star of this makeup tutorial is the foundation, of course, and it's from Covergirl, Outlast All-Day, Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation, Broad Spectrum SPF 20, and this tone, or the shade I'm using here, is in Soft Honey, and I'm applying this with one of my it's not a beauty blender, but it's like a beauty sponge, like a colored makeup sponge they call it. It's from Beaky, and it comes in a 5-piece set. I ordered this from Amazon. They're very inexpensive, and in my opinion they work just as well as a beauty blender. You can build up the Covergirl 3-in-1 to pretty full coverage. I start out with 2 pumps, which gives me, I would say, medium coverage, and then I add another pump and apply that, and I would say the final coverage is medium to full coverage, which looks pretty good in this video. And I know a lot of times our mature crowd says that once you're like 40 plus, you shouldn't really wear full coverage because it tends to settle into your pores and fine lines, which is true. It's often true, but if you use the right foundation and if you use the right application technique, then you can actually make it work. And there are, of course, occasions when we want to have more of a full coverage, when we go out in the evening, when we go on a date, or we have some public event in the spotlight. Maybe we're on stage, or we're like maybe we're even sitting in front of a camera for YouTube with a bright light shining on us. It can wash us out very easily. So I tend to use full coverage for those types of occasions. Next, I'm going to apply an under eye concealer from Revlon. It's called the Photoready Candid in the color 30. And I'm going to apply it just in that groove that is under my eye bags. I made a separate video on how to apply under eye concealer when you have mature eyes, when you have mature under eyes. I'm gonna put the link down up here in the corner, and I just blend it out with a tiny little beauty sponge, and we'll move on from here. set my under eye concealer with the RCMA powder and a brush from Bare Minerals. I use this palette from Nomad. It has a contour shade, two different bronzers, a lighter one and a darker one, and also a highlighter. So I will use the darker bronzer, which is called Bondi Beach, and I use that with a brush from Complex Culture, and I just brush it onto my cheeks to add some color back onto my face. Then I take the duo from e.l.f. Cosmetics, which has a contour shade and a blush in it, and I use a angled contour brush from Makeup Geek to contour my face. So I chisel out my cheekbones a little bit. I contour around my forehead, my nose, the sides of my nose, and also under my lower lip a little bit and my jawline. I then take a brush from it Cosmetics, which is the Heavenly Luxe One Ball Powder Brush, to blend together the contour shade and the bronzer so I can smooth out the contour lines a little bit because I don't want to have any harsh contour lines on my face. Done with that, I'm going back to the palette from Nomad, which is called Kiss of Sun palette, by the way. And I'm using the highlighter in the palette, which is called Balmoral Beach. And I'm applying some highlighter to the top of my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, on my forehead, and also my upper lip with a chiseled cheek brush from Makeup Geek. Then I go back to the duo from e.l.f. and I use the blush in this palette with a brush from Reserve, and I apply some blush to the top of my cheeks or the apples of my cheeks, and that is basically it. Then I'm also adding a little bit of eye makeup just to make this look complete. I'm starting with a Glide-On eye pencil from Urban Decay. And yes, I know this is not a drugstore product, but unfortunately I didn't have one from the drugstore. And this is in the color gray, so it looks less harsh than a black eyeliner would. And I'm applying this just right where my lower lash line is. I'm just adding in the little gaps that I have between my lashes just to make them appear fuller, and I'm doing the same thing on the upper lash line, although I draw more of a line on the upper lash line just so it looks like an eyeliner, but it's still a relatively soft look because the eye pencil is in gray. I absolutely love this Glide-On eye pencil. It's very soft and it applies very easily. Totally love it. And the last step is to apply some mascara, and I'm using the Roller Lash from Benefit, and I'm applying this to my upper lashes and my lower lashes. So this completes the look. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.